That's weird. I'm sure it works, but I gotta say, it just looks strange. Coming up on A Morning, we've got Noelle Martin from Registered Dietitian Services. A healthier idea when it comes to my hors d'oeuvres. What am I serving my guests?
We're going to do a smoked salmon bruschetta today.
And it's easier than to think. It's coming up on A Morning. Welcome back to A Morning. We brought in Noelle Martin, Registered Dietitian from Registered Dietitian Services, and we're doing a healthier hors d'oeuvre for my guests.
Most definitely.
It's easy to do the chipped and the dip, but we're all going to look like chip and dip by the end of the holiday season.
Exactly.
So what are we making?
All right, we're going to start with a whole wheat baguette.
Okay. This is your salmon bruschetta.
Smoked salmon bruschetta.
Nice.
Yes. It's the oven smoked salmon though, so it's not kind of the... A lot of people think of slimy when they think of smoked salmon. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. So you're going to take a little bit of olive oil.
And it's whole wheat, as it always is?
It's whole wheat or whole grain, yes. The reality is when you're going to a lot of appetizer parties or hors d'oeuvre parties, you want to be able to have the most healthy possible when you're there, right? So we'll go with whole wheat. Just going to put it onto an oven baked sheet. You can fill that. Throw them in the oven at 400 for 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven.
And we only brush the top side?
We only brush the top side, yep.
Right.
So we've got a few already made here, and this is what we'll use for our smoked salmon bruschetta. Okay, so we've started out with the President's Choice oven smoked salmon bruschetta. It comes frozen. You just thaw it overnight, or you can thaw it in the sink fairly quickly. Beautiful. Toss it into a bowl there, so you can start just mixing that together if you want. We've got a couple tablespoons here of light cream cheese. Okay, if you want to, you can use a flavored light cream cheese, like they have the cracked pepper or the onion, if you wish to. Just use a plain one today. Next thing is just a little bit of sweetness. We're just going to put a little bit of honey in there.
Okay, now we're using honey instead of, there. You're using honey instead of Splenda or sugar.
Exactly. Yeah, just for a little bit of, honey has a different sweetness than using just plain sugar.
Okay.
And so by the time we make up all the bruschettas, there's not going to be very much in each one. And then we're just going to put a little bit of chives in there. And if you really enjoy, say, smoked salmon and dill, you could use dill. You could use garlic. You could really use any seasoning that you enjoy.
All right.
And when you're making hors d'oeuvres for a large number of guests, you need to have a lot of time usually. This one, you're done. You're just going to put that on there.
Okay. I guess I'll never see that. That's fine. That's good. That's good. My hands are clean.
And then we're going to put it on the platter here.
Ooh, very nice.
And you'll notice we just add a little chives on the side. People taste first with their eyes, then with their nose, then with their mouth. And so if it looks nice on the platter, then you're more ready. We'll just flatten that out a little bit. We're more ready for our guests.
Well, see, now that one's too small. You
gotta make it even.
Someone's gonna get cheaped out on that. My guess would be, oh, what a lovely night. Dinner was great, but did you see the size of the hors d'oeuvre that guy gave me? That was terrible.
So instead of making a lot of high-fat hors d'oeuvres, as you would often see at people's houses, think about what can you do with healthy things like salmon, which give you omega-3. Lots of vegetables you can put out. Use a bean dip instead of something like a ranch, so you get a little bit of healthy protein in there instead of just the saturated fat.
All right, help me navigate the buffet table. What should I be avoiding at all costs?
Well, one thing you want to really be careful of is when there's already been some creamy sauces added to things. So anytime you can add your own, that's a good thing. One thing I tell clients, when you're going to an appetizer party, scope out what everything is there first, and then what's your 10 out of 10? What do you love the most? Take one plate, put those things on the plate. That's what you're having for the evening. So don't continue to go back over and over and over again. That's when you tend to overeat.
And I'm only allowed to pick one 10 out of 10, not 10 10 out of 10.
Exactly, exactly. And then fill the rest of your plate with vegetables and fruit and that type of thing. At Christmas dinner, the biggest thing to remember is that we've got a lot of starches. We've got rolls, we've got stuffing, we've got sweet potato, regular potato, dessert, anything that goes with dessert like ice cream or whipped cream. So again, that concept of choose your favorite. We're not here to ruin Christmas dinner, but at the same time, if you don't love mashed potatoes, but you really, really love stuffing, then don't take very many mashed potatoes. Take more of the stuffing, and so you're having what you enjoy, but using in moderation. And really, turkey isn't that bad for us.
No, and try and get the stuff that you want and enjoy.
Exactly.
Always great ideas. rdservices.ca for all the information. As always, excellent stuff.
That's right.
And Cheryl, as if we didn't love Noelle enough, she said that she enjoyed Three Christmases because, and only because, it had Reese Witherspoon.
Obviously. I mean, that's half the reason, well, I shouldn't say half, the only reason why I really want to go and see
Why don't they just call her movies Reese Witherspoon?
I know. See, Vince Vaughn, I'm just, really not a big fan of, but Reese Witherspoon, I have to see everything that she's in. So, for sure, I'll be checking it out. Good to know, Noelle. Thanks very much, Jeremy.
Thank you.